Standard McDonald's. Look at that. Looks like somebody's overgrown vagina is flapping out the side because they didn't put the cheese on properly. 6 minutes 25 for KFC, so that's pretty shit house. Well, we've got a pickle hanging out the side, so again, my wife's not gonna be very impressed. She does love a good Whopper though, and she likes the burgers too. Hey look, they actually managed to get 90% of it into the bun. How often do you go get fast food and what you get looks absolutely nothing like the pictures? Well, I'm gonna go to the 6 fast food places we have here in Perth and I'm gonna test them out. First up, Taco Bell. Off of Taco Bell here. And we're gonna record each one just to see how fast or slow they are. I'm sure Macca's will be the slowest and we'll probably have to park. Hi, can we just get a Crunch Wrap Supreme and a quesadilla as well, please? Cool, thank you. All right, so 3 minutes 52 for Taco Bell. A little bit slow, about a minute faster would have been nice. We have our quesadilla, only half cut. And looks like I forgot to fill it all the way to the edges, so that's not very good. Let's give it a taste and see what it's like. It's not too bad, feels quite processed, so probably about a 2.5 out of 5. All right, last up, the Crunch Wrap. Now this is Taco Bell's famous one. I'm sure you see a lot of people trying this. I mean, it looks pretty much like the picture. It's not really hard to screw that up. It's just a bit of folded wrap. All right, let's give this one a try. It's not too bad. Kind of like nachos in a wrap. I had nachos last night, so it's not really doing it for me. Probably another 2.5 out of 10 for that one. All right, so overall for Taco Bell, probably give them 2.5. Matches the food. Wait time was a little long. Service was somewhat okay, and we're gonna head to Oporto now. Absolutely love Oporto, so hopefully these guys do really well. They're usually pretty quick. I've had an appologise for a 2-minute wait. So let's see how they go. Can we just get a single Bondi burger, please, just on its own? A chicken wrapper on its own. Quarter chicken and chips, please. All right, so then I'm taking 5 minutes and 57 seconds, which is pretty long. That's definitely gonna hurt their rating, so hopefully the food can make up for it. All right, first up, we've got the wrap. I've never tried their wraps before, so we'll see what it's like. All right, so it's definitely all packed in there, but it's not that difficult to wrap it a bit extra. It's also a little bit crispy down the bottom, so I'm thinking it's a little bit stale, but we'll see how it tastes. All right, as you can see, it's not made very well, but the taste is somewhat all right. Probably give this one about a 2 out of 5. Chicken's not too bad. It's definitely moist, but it's just not very flavorful. All right, next up, the Bondi burger. This is definitely a favorite of mine, so hopefully this one picks up a little bit. All right, so this one's made relatively well. A little bit squished. Maybe the chicken was still sitting on it, that's why it took so long. But overall, it seems to be coming together nicely. Let's give it a taste and see how it is. Yeah, that's definitely why it's my favorite. It's just perfect flavors all together. Nothing too over the top. The chicken's not dry. There's not too much sauce in it. See, some places the sauce will be falling out everywhere. Overall, probably give this one about a 3.5 out of 5. All right, overall for Oporto, took over almost 6 minutes to get our food. The service was somewhat okay. The food wasn't too bad. The Bondi burger brought it up a little bit. Overall, because it was so slow, we're gonna have to give them a 2.5. All right, so next up we're gonna do Macca's, the American Embassy in Australia. Can we just get a Big Mac on its own and a cheeseburger, please? Cool, thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. All right, so we had 3 minutes and 48 seconds for McDonald's. A little bit long, but a lot better than what Oporto did. Now, before we try the McDonald's, just want to remind you all that I'm doing the City to Surf 12K backwards to raise money for mental health. And if we reach our goal of $5,000, I'm going to be doing it in a tutu. Next up, the cheeseburger. So they put it in sideways, so already they're off to a bad start. It's falling apart in the packaging. Now let's see. Standard McDonald's. Look at that. Looks like somebody's overgrown vagina is flapping out the side because they didn't put the cheese on properly. Let's see if they remember to put all the ingredients in though. And no pickles and no onions. My wife will be very upset because she loves her pickles. We'll give it a try anyway and see what it's like. Somewhat okay. Because of the cheese flapping out the side, it hasn't melted properly, so It's okay, but because they couldn't even build it properly and remember all the ingredients, we're going to have to give this one a 1.5 out of 5. Now, it's time for Macca's speciality, the Big Mac. Let's open it up, see if everything's actually in place. Surprisingly, it actually is for once. A little bit of meat popping out the side, but not too bad. We'll see if this one's remembered all the ingredients. There's our onion. And they forgot the pickles again. So once again, my wife will be very, very upset. But we'll give it a try anyway. So despite the missing ingredients, it still tastes pretty good. We do have the sauce trying to jump out the back. That's usually when they put too much in. But overall, we give that about a 2.5 out of 5. So overall for McDonald's, they took about a minute longer than what they should have for our food. But the food was somewhat decent, except the cheeseburger wasn't made properly, with a few missing ingredients. The actual customer service was pretty good, so we'll have to give them about a 2.5 out of 5. Now, let's go try Hungry Jack's or Burger King for you people in America. All right, we're at Hungry Jack's now, so let's see if these guys can get it a bit faster than what we've had so far. Hi, can we just get a Whopper and a Chicken Royale, please? Cool, awesome, thank you. All right, Hungry Jack's with the W on the time, less than 3 minutes. So that's definitely gonna help bump their score up a little bit. All right, first up, we got the Chicken Royale. Basically the same as the McChicken, but just a little bit smaller. Doesn't look too bad, although they could have put a bit more lettuce in, and definitely not brown lettuce, it'd be nice, but we'll see how this one tastes. All right, so it's a little dry, probably not enough sauce on there for the bite, and it's definitely fresh, but doesn't really have much flavor, so it's probably a 1.5 out of 5 for this one. And last up, we've got the famous Whopper. Although, it says a plant-based one, so hopefully they've just wrapped it wrong. All right, definitely looks all right. Although we've got a pickle hanging out the side, so again, my wife's not gonna be very impressed. She does love a good Whopper though, and she likes the burgers too. Looks like everything's in there. Probably again, a little bit skimpy on the lettuce. And the tomatoes look a bit past their use by date, but we'll see how this one tastes. I do love Hungry Jack's flame grilled patties. They're definitely just have that little bit extra flavor with that smokiness, but overall, it's pretty decent burger. Give it about a 3 out of 5. All right, overall for Hungry Jack's, there was good service. The food came nice and fast. The food was somewhat decent, probably slightly above average. Overall, because they were so quick, we'll give them a 3.75 out of 5. All right, let's see how KFC goes. Can we just get a original crispy burger, pepper mayo slider, please? While we're waiting for our KFC, please remember to like and subscribe, because I'll probably need the money for a divorce lawyer once my wife sees the bank statement and all the takeaway I've bought today. Cool, thank you. 6 minutes 25 for KFC, so that's pretty shit house, considering there's only one car in front of us. But hopefully they can make up for it with the food. All right, we'll start off with our slider. These are a great little snack and absolutely love these, but they can be a bit hit and miss, especially how they make them. So you can see this one, we've got it flying everywhere. The chicken looks half done. Looks like it's got a tail. Might have to check that it's actually chicken. Give this one a taste and see how it goes. Once everything stops falling off. All right, it's a little bit cold. Probably been sitting there for a little bit. Chicken's a little bit dry and a little bit too much sauce. Overall, probably about a 1.5 out of 5, which isn't very good for what they usually taste like. And last up, we've got our original crispy chicken burger. This one should be good since it's KFC's speciality. Now, first up, as you can see, it's not really well built. I've already got mayo on my hands. It's coming apart a bit. Chicken looks a bit weird. Hoping I don't get food poisoning from this, but we've still got to give it a try. All right, there's not really much flavour in that. Chicken's quite dry, got too much sauce, lettuce flying out everywhere. Gonna have to give this one a 1 out of 5. So overall at KFC, the first person that served us was very nice and good, although it did take over 6 minutes to get our food, and the food definitely was not worth the wait. So we're gonna have to give KFC a 1.5 out of 5. All right, next up, we're gonna head to Red Rooster. All right, let's see how Red Rooster can do. Nobody's been able to wow me with the food yet, so we'll see what happens here. Hi, can we just get a Rooster roll just on its own? Yes, a Red's burger, please. Now, a lot of the food at Red Rooster goes in the microwave, so hopefully it's still tastes all right. 3.5 minutes, so they're definitely not beating Hungry Jack's time. Didn't help I saw the worker there just playing on her phone instead of getting the food ready. Cool, thank you. All right, so 5 minutes for Red Rooster, that's pretty bad. Not as bad as the 6 minutes we had at Porto and KFC, but still not great at all. Now let's see how the microwave food is. All right, we've got a ripper roll here. It's definitely well made, just a little bit of chicken popping out the sides. The chicken does look a bit dry and not cooked right, but we'll see how we go with the taste of this one. All right, that one is not great at all. The sauce is just horrible. It tastes like tartare sauce. The chicken's dry, and the bits are so crispy. I'm pretty sure I just cut the inside of my mouth. So that one's a half a point out of 5. All right, next up, we've got the Reds burger. Not a good start when there's already lettuce coming out the edges. All right, apart from those few bits of lettuce coming out, does look pretty well made. But again, the chicken just doesn't quite look right. And I'm pretty sure it's got the same sauce as the ripper roll, so don't have high hope for this one either. Yeah, that's terrible. The bun's stale, the sauce is terrible, the chicken's just crap. That's another half point out of 5 for that one. All right, so overall, Red Rooster, a very long wait. The customer service wasn't great. Saw one of the workers on their phone, and the food was just trash. So overall, they're getting a 1 out of 5. All right, last off, we're gonna go to Chicken Treat. Now this one's mainly only in WA, so we'll see how they go. All right, last up, we're at Chicken Treat. We'll see how this one goes, and then we'll give our overall winner. Hi, can we just get a chicken roll just on its own, and just a cheeseburger on its own, please? $4.19 for the cheeseburgers now. That's a bloody ridiculous. All right, nice quick service so far. Hopefully they get the food out quickly and see how the food goes. See if they can give Hungry Jack's a run for their money. Cool, thank you. All right, a sub 2 minutes for Chicken Treats. They've done very well, and they definitely get an extra point for how fast they were. Now let's see how the food is. Start off with the chicken roll. It is extremely hot because they do microwave a lot of their stuff, same as Red Rooster. All right, it's hard to get it all the way out because it is a bit soggy. Also, you see the chicken's popping out the side there. Got the mayo popping out the back. But we'll see how it tastes without burning my mouth, hopefully. All right, so the first bite didn't go well because there was no chicken in it. Had a second go at it, and with the chicken, it's not too bad, but again, it is quite soggy. The flavor's not too bad, does all right. Probably give it a 2.75 out of 5. All right, next up, we've got our $4.19 chicken burger. I'll probably sound old complaining about prices, but it's got to be said. The prices now are ridiculous. All right, a little bit squished. Feels a little bit dry, but it's all together in the burger, not coming out the sides. So we'll see how it tastes. Yep, just as it looks, it's quite dry. The bun's a little bit stale. Flavor's somewhat okay. We'll give it a 2 out of 5. All right, so overall, Chicken Treat, they did get the food out extremely fast. They had great customer service, but the food just wasn't that good. So we're gonna have to give them a 3.5 out of 5, which means overall, Hungry Jack's has done it. They got it out nice and fast. They had great customer service, and the food was good. Unfortunately, nothing actually blew me away today, but Hungry Jack's did the best overall job. Now, please remember to like and subscribe. I've spent a lot of money today, and I need to get some money back into the bank before my wife sees the bank statement. And also, the link is going to be in the description to donate to my City to Surf that I'm running backwards for mental health. Thank you for watching.